What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the videos, and today we are doing another Subaru video. That's right, we are going to be changing the oil on my Subaru Forester XT, but we are also going to be doing some investigating on where the oil burning or the oil smoke is coming from. Basically, I'm going to be taking off some of the heat shields from the headers and cleaning them. I'm going to be doing a lot of cleaning. I've got 2 bottles of brake parts cleaner, and we're just going to be doing some cleaning, getting rid of that residual oil that sits on top of there from what I believe is a previous job. The old owner of this car told me that there was an oil leak and he took it to the dealership and they changed all the seals. And so what I think has happened is that there's just some residual oil from that job kind of sitting on the heat shields or something like that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go inside and kind of just rip the car apart and kind of try to find where that residual oil is and clean it all up and then take care of it. And that's going to be the video. And so hope you guys will enjoy this. It's going to be a bit of an investigation video. And as always, I really have no idea where this video is going to go. I really don't know what we're going to find or anything like that. So stick around. Let's see what sort of craziness we can find in this Subaru. You really never know what you're going to find in a used car like this. So let's dive right in and see what we can find. Alright guys, so just doing a general inspection of the area, I have kind of found something. I also found some service manuals. Now, I have no idea how well you guys are going to be able to see this. In fact, you can't see it at all. So basically, I want to take off this heat shield here because that's where all the oil, that's where the burning is coming from. That's where all this residual oil that I believe isn't an oil leak at all. I found some service records that do back up what the previous owner said about an oil leak. The service records from Subaru, the Subaru dealership that he took it to, said the valve covers were leaking or something like that, and all the gaskets were replaced. And so basically the guy spent $1,600 on this to get this to not leak anymore. And so I trust Subaru to do a good job, and I think they did, but I think maybe there's just some residual oil or maybe a bolt's not tightened all the way. And so we're gonna look into it and just kind of check it all out and just see what's going on. So basically, I'm gonna let the engine cool off because everything is very, very hot right now, and then we're gonna hop on into it. This is the heat shield that goes up around the header and I believe the up pipe. But just look at all the gunk in there. That is all oil. It's pretty oily over there too. And it honestly doesn't seem to be an active leak because the oil level is always the same. The oil level is always the same on the car. And so I'm not truly worried about an oil leak. I just don't want the car to be smoking. It's really not a good look when you pull up into a parking lot and you're smoking oil. You're smoking from the engine bay. So I'm going to try to clean this up as best as I can and try to document it too. I showed you guys in the last video, put an arrow. Basically, you see all that wetness that's on top of the heat shield. In order for me to get that top heat shield off, I've got to completely remove the headers, and I'm not looking to do that today. So I'm just going to get the little spray nozzle up in there of brake clean, spray it off, clean it off, and basically try to just clean up all that residual oil. And if it comes back, then we know we have an oil leak, and I'll call the dealership that did this service and see if maybe they can't do the job right the first time or the second time around. But if not, then I will figure out where the oil leak is coming from. Also, in that clip, I'll put it back up here again, there's a little bolt that is wet with oil, and so maybe the leak is just so minuscule it's coming from there. And so I'm going to try to get a ratchet up there and try to tighten that down just a little bit more because I do not want my car leaking oil when I'm about to do a 100-mile road trip. So yeah, we're going to hop back underneath the car and start the oil change and also start spraying some brake clean up inside the engine bay and see what it looks like. So I hope this video is at least a little bit interesting for you guys. I don't want it to just be a normal, usual oil change video. We really are trying to hunt down where this oil smoking is coming from. It is burning oil, and I do believe that it's residual oil. From wiping the top of the heat shields, there is a lot of caked up oily substance up there, so I can see how once it hits a certain temperature it would smoke and stuff like that. So I do believe that there is not an oil leak anywhere, but you know, I did see one little bolt that you saw in that previous clip. I'll put it back up. That did look a little wet with oil, and so I went ahead and tightened that a few turns and sprayed it with some brake clean. That way I can monitor this and just make sure that, you know, if there is an oil leak, now we will know for sure if there is one, because if there's more wetness from oil, then we know that there's an active leak somewhere and it's just small enough for me to not notice in the actual oil pan. And so, you know, it is what it is. We're gonna figure it out as we go. We're learning. I've never done anything like this, so you guys are learning with me here. And so yeah, that's what we're doing. I hope this is interesting. And now we're gonna jump right in and change the oil in the car, and hopefully there's no surprises. Oil from the oil change, it looks really, really good. In fact, I actually think I scared the car just a little bit, because when I tried to take the oil filter off, the other owner put just so much torque on it, I could not take it off with my hands. So I got the old trusty hammer and screwdriver to puncture through it. I did like 2 taps on the oil filter with it. I was like, you know what? Let's just give it one more shot. And then I grabbed it with my hand and just twisted, and it came right off, easy peasy. So I'm convinced that I scared the car a little bit. I didn't want to get stabbed with a screwdriver. So now we are gonna replace everything, and then we're gonna chat about this oil issue. Well guys, the Subaru sounds amazing. It is up to temperature and not smoking, and so I think we fixed it. I think cleaning up some of the metal with parts cleaner really got rid of all of that oily residue and really helped get that smoking down. I am going to be monitoring this for the next week or so, just to make sure that this car isn't leaking oil anywhere. The oil change went flawlessly. We did almost have to use the old screwdriver and hammer method to get the oil filter out, but it all turned out really, really well, and I am super happy about that. So, you know, I'm really happy. This Subaru is really easy to work on, and frankly, it works well. So I'm really happy about all of that. And with that being said, guys, this is the end of the video. I know it was weird and different, and really there was not a lot of direction, but we got what we needed to get done, and I wanted to film this for you guys just in case some Subaru master tech out there is watching my videos and goes, hey, I know what this problem is. This is what you need to do. So if you guys know what this issue may be of this mysterious oil leak or smoke from the engine bay from an oil dripping on the headers, let me know. Drop it down in the comments. Any help is always wonderful. I love criticism. I love all that stuff. So please help me out. And like always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, go watch yesterday's video. It's a really good one about the Subaru, the full build plan. Let me know what you guys want me to do with this Subaru Forester XT. Peace out, guys. Have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.